It is 6:01 on your Monday morning, and a very good morning to you, Kentuckiana. I'm Jim Stratman. Grace has the day off, a well-deserved day off, after what was a very rainy, tiring, but exciting Derby week. And that rain continuing to linger here in our forecast. Let's bring in Matt Breland right now. Matt, the clouds behind you pretty much tell the story of what today is going to be like.
That's right, Jim. Yeah, it's certainly in for a cloudy day across Kentuckiana. You'll notice this morning across downtown, these steady, dreary clouds are still going to be continuing for our morning hours, and we're going to be in between some light rain showers throughout the course of the day as well. Temperatures are staying cooler this morning, too, a little bit cooler than what we're used to. Typically around this time of the year, we wake up to those temperatures in between the upper 50s, sometimes the lower 60s, but right now, upper 40s. So a bit of a chill this morning across Kentuckiana, the rest of us staying in those mid to upper 40s as well. Now you'll notice on satellite and radar, the entire reason why we're seeing this steady amount of cloud cover and these rain showers is because this area of low pressure is pretty much just parked over Kentuckiana. You'll notice the rotation happening with it. This is what a typical low pressure system looks like, but it's moving very, very slowly. So that's why it has been remaining over Kentuckiana, and it's delivering these steady clouds and these lingering light rain showers, and they'll be sticking around as we go throughout the course of our morning and into the afternoon time. So keep the umbrella on standby. I'm expecting some more rain showers to start to wrap around us as we head later on into our morning hours. Here's a look at what you can expect outside your door right now. Temperatures in those upper 40s, and also traffic this morning. Things are still looking good on the roadways. Just keep in mind there's probably some slick spots out there because of these rain showers. Keep that in mind if you're on the interstates in the next few minutes.
Thank you very much, Matt. New overnight, Metro Police are investigating a shooting that happened in the parking garage of the Brown Hotel downtown. We're told that officers responded to the call around 2:17 and found the man shot in the leg. He is expected to recover, and police are now searching the area for any witnesses or video evidence. If you know anything, call 574-LMPD. 2 days. That is how long you have to secure your real ID before the federal enforcement date, or else you're going to risk being held up at the airport. We've sent our own Gabe Gonzalez and photojournalist Addie Hill out to the driver's license office at Bowman Field with the details. Gabe, we know this place is going to be packed in the next few days, and you're already seeing people start to line up this morning.
Hey Jim, yeah, good morning. For weeks there's been a long lineup, lots of DMVs across the city, and take a look behind me. Just 30 minutes ago there was only 3 people in line. Now take a look. I counted 16 people just before we went live here on the air for this hour. Now officials do want to remind everybody that Wednesday is not a deadline, but a federal enforcement date. That means starting Wednesday, Americans or permanent residents will only be able to pass through airport security or enter a government building with a real ID, or another form of government-issued identification like a passport or military ID. Last month, studies showed only about 36% of Kentucky IDs were real compliant, whereas Indiana, they had 81% compliance. Now, if you're flying this week without a real ID, you'll be subject to additional screening, which could be time-consuming. Also time-consuming is waiting in line to get a real ID. Some people told us weeks ago they waited up to 7 hours at this driver's license office. Now you'll need to visit the DMV to get a real ID, but there is an initiative in case you just need to do something like renew your ID or do that vision screening test that also is new for 2025. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour of GMK. We're also going to hopefully talk to some of these people, kind of see where they are in this process of getting their real ID. If you need to get it, come out here. Line's already building up. Jim?
Very much, Gabe. Good note there. Now to a daring rescue on I-65. A portion of the Kennedy Bridge back open this morning after fire crews saved a semi-driver who was left dangling in the cab of his truck as it hung over the edge of that bridge. You're seeing the dramatic rescue unfold in that video right there. This all happened yesterday morning, and it was the first of 2 crashes in the exact same spot of the bridge. Hours after that barrier had been repaired, a second semi crashed into it, and as it turns out, this is not an uncommon spot for crashes. WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester have more.
Dangling in the air off the Kennedy Bridge on I-65.
So they practice all the time. They're ready for this.
Louisville Fire came to the rescue of the driver of this semi-truck Sunday morning after crashing into the rail of the bridge. Why the driver crashed isn't known. A firefighter rappelled into the truck and pulled the driver out with them. The rescue only took 30 minutes.
He was in good spirits. When our firefighter was with him, got him in that harness. He got out. He actually was waving to the first responders there and thanking people, so he was in good shape.
Another thankful survivor in the second Louisville fire rescue of a semi-truck driver hanging over a bridge. Just over a year ago, it was Sidney Thomas hanging off the 2nd Street Bridge.
I mean, it's a similar situation, but not nearly as catastrophic if something went wrong.
Jim Knight with Suburban Towing, a company contracted by the city to respond and clean up these crash scenes.
No, we're there a lot.
Specifically, this area of the Kennedy Bridge going southbound. Sunday evening, another semi hit the freshly replaced barrier from the crash in the morning. And Saturday, a truck carrying new vehicles crashed in the same area, leaving the truck and cars damaged.
I'm not sure if drivers are not paying attention or they think they're supposed to be getting off an exit, so they try to correct really fast and they lose control.
Now the truck and its trailer sit in the Suburban Towing lot. Take a look here at this cab. It was completely off of the truck. And back here, a fuel container destroyed by the crash. Now this truck will be totaled and scrapped by Suburban Towing. 3 semi-crashes in 48 hours at the same spot on I-65. Costly damages in an area that almost cost a life. At Spaghetti Junction, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
Right now, Metro Police are working to determine a cause for how either one of those trucks crashed yesterday. The LMPD also investigating a triple shooting in the parking lot of the Kroger at 28th and Broadway, which is right next to the Norton West Louisville Hospital. It happened around 2 Saturday morning. Metro Police say that a man and a woman were found shot and later died at the hospital. A third victim was taken to the hospital by private means, and that person is expected to survive. As of now, there haven't been any arrests, so if you know anything, you're asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. And a man was killed in a shooting just off of U of L's campus. Police say it happened just after midnight Sunday at 400 University Boulevard, which is right next to I-65. A man and a woman were found shot, and a man later died at the hospital. The last update from LMPD says that the woman here is expected to survive. Police say that all parties are accounted for in this shooting. 6:08 on your Monday morning, and you can see it right there. Sunday, a very dreary day for cleanup from Derby 151. The rain continuing to linger around in Louisville, but we did catch up with some people who camped out around Churchill Downs who were packing up and heading out of town during the downpours. One of them came all the way from Wisconsin. He said that the weather didn't put a damper on their celebrations.
We actually had a picture up on our tent we had built. My dad came here in 1975. And every year since then, him and his friends or one of us have all come back ever since. We came up with 20 guys this week. We rent out one of the homes. We have the RV. We have all these things going on, and we have a little bit of fun.
Maya's is third, but it will be sovereignty to rule the Kentucky Derby.
Finish it was to the Kentucky Derby, the 151st Run for the Roses, as the 3-year-old Sovereignty beat out the favorite Journalism for the top spot after heading into the Run for the Roses with 9-to-1 odds. Now we're left to wonder whether or not that colt is going to set his sights on the Triple Crown and run in the Preakness. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later here in Morning Sports.